care about the issues
you're a
that
native
affect their
English speaker
livelihood
yourself,
far
and therefore
more
you'd
than
catch the pun and play on safe, right? Safe as in surakshit, you being physically safe, safe also
Even
as
Modi
in
ji
your
used it as
locker,
an
your
English word.
tijori. But do voters in rural Maharashtra get it as much in your view, given the fact that Dharavi is a very Mumbai issue? When you put so much energy and capital on it, you will have a certain traction for and against in Mumbai. But what about the rest? Looked at from your communication lens, who do you think scored more punches in this campaign?
I think the main thing, Rahul, is less the use of the word safe and more the evidence that this campaign has struck home because the opposition to the campaign is responding to it.
So you think the BJP campaign has struck home?
Yes, absolutely. The 2024 campaign did not have a situation of that kind. So if you look at a parallel, in communication terms, being able to lead with your own slogan is a sign of strength. And I think they missed an opportunity in trying to do that. Trying to mimic, mock, or morph one campaign is not a sign of strength. Second, you have to recognize that Maharashtra is a fairly advanced state in terms of economics. And the slogan that would have worked there would have something to draw out the aspirations of the young and convince the unemployed that there was a better future with a different government. And I think that that's an opportunity that perhaps has been missed by both parties. The BJP, because it wants to linger on the issue of communalism, and the Congress, because it doesn't want to focus on the issue of a future. If it had done that, those campaigns and those slogans would have had much greater impact. I think the divisive impact is not going to be as high, but the fact that the Congress has chosen to respond to it in terms of someone who's done multiple political campaigns across the country is not something that I would have recommended.
Okay, let Mohan Kumar Amangalam respond. Now, Dilip Cherian is as good a communications guru as any in this country. He's also worked with different political parties. He's saying reacting to the BJP's campaign is a key mistake. You're giving them the limelight and the mind share.
So, as much respect as I have for Dr. Cherian or Mr. Dilip Cherian here, I would say that this particular retort by the Congress party on bringing out a safe is really not the pivot of our campaign, so to speak. We've had a number of things we've talked about in terms of giving relief to the poor, in terms of schemes that we'll bring for the unemployed. And all of those seem to have gotten washed away by this one particular slogan that you're pointing at. I don't think that's the case. I'll repeat, you'll see when the results come out, that this election is not going to be fought on over the air, above the line sort of sloganeering, but on local issues in every constituency. You will see that when the results come out.
Okay. Which is a good thing.
Professor Anand Ranganathan, Maharashtra, unlike say in Uttar Pradesh, hasn't been known in recent elections to polarize around communal line. There have been other issues, agrarian distress, the Maratha agitation. In Mumbai, the slogan may have traction, but do you think in the rest of Maharashtra it has as much traction?
A couple of points out here, Rahul, if I may. I have tremendous respect for Mr. Kumar Amangalam, very erudite and makes very logical points, but I like to rebut him on 2 points. Number one, it's not that the safe, I think it's quite clever, the play on the word safe. You might be right that it may not resonate with a lot of voters who wouldn't understand what safe actually means in English. But the fact of the matter is, they would not, this doesn't appeal, this trick doesn't appeal to the voters because it is drowning in rank hypocrisy. I mean, the same Adani that Rahul Gandhi has previously called the symbol of corruption and out here is saying he's intensely corrupt. That same Adani had been doing projects worth 85,000 crores in Congress-ruled erstwhile states of Rajasthan and Chhattisgarh. And still, in Congress-ruled Telangana state, he is going around on a MOU signing spree with Mr. Revanth Reddy. So, if he is corrupt, then how on earth is he still being employed and used by the Congress? So, this is rank hypocrisy of the highest order.
That's an important point that Anand Ranganathan makes. Let Sanjay Jha respond to it. You've got the likes of Revanth Reddy, star Congress Chief Minister in Telangana, laying out the red carpet. In fact, I was at Davos when that meeting happened. Then again later in Telangana, inviting the group to come and invest. And you've got the Congress leader Rahul Gandhi leveling the kind of charge that he is, bringing out the hypocrisy. The charge of crony capitalism doesn't hold, because if he's a crony capitalist, then why are the likes of Revant Reddy and the others wooing them in such fashion to try and get investments?
Rahul, let me tell you, Adani is a big issue in this election. It's because of the Dharavi project and the way the government of the Mahayuti has basically used that project to actually give him precious land of the Mumbai city at throwaway terms. And it also is seen as a manifestation of this government, those weak government's attempt to transfer lakhs of jobs and crores of investment away from Maharashtra to Gujarat. These are fundamental issues. Let me just comment on what my friend Dilip Cherian mentioned. I completely agree with what Mohan said. We can discuss all the campaign and all their hype, but the truth is, I live here, so I'm going to tell you that the issues in Maharashtra are unemployment, raging food inflation. Why do you think Modi talks about ek hai to safe hai? Food inflation is high. The poor man is suffering. I mean, the women who have been told you're getting 1,500 are saying, excuse me, that is not enough for me. The rural distress, the Maratha reservation, these are big issues in Maharashtra. And of course, corruption. And don't forget, Rahul, please don't forget the entire hijacking of NCP and Shiv Sena, that Gaddari, that Operation Lotus is going to boom.
But Dilip Cherian, again from a communication lens, while Rahul Gandhi's clearly made Dharavi and his charge of crony capitalism one of the linchpins of his attack, does this connect amongst voters, particularly rural voters? Because, with Dharavi, while there are some opponents, there are lots of people who think this is a good idea because they stand to benefit from it. So it's not as if it's 100 versus 0 on Rahul Gandhi's side. Opinion is divided. A lot of people actually liking what's happening. Secondly, typically, we've seen charges of crony capitalism not be as much of a factor as soybean prices, agrarian distress, Maratha agitation. Those are real issues for voters.
I think that there is no doubt that the inflation in food items is a huge concern, and that is something that the Congress will be able to reap benefits of. However, it is absolutely in keeping with Rahul Gandhi's staccato focus on crony capitalism, which has a resonance in Maharashtra, because Dharavi is something that all people, especially the rural people, have a conscious connection with, and therefore the connection to Adani could possibly have a certain resonance with that kind of audience. But will it be the real messaging that would have worked? I think what Sanjay Jha said about rural distress and the need for maintaining control on the prices of vegetables and other things which are part of the consumption basket is what should have been the
Rohan
focus.
Gupta, respond to what Dilip Cherian and the others are saying. This sense that Rahul Gandhi's repeated attacks cast doubts in the minds of voters about big corporates having a disproportionate sway over policy and benefiting disproportionately. That's what he's trying to implant into the minds of the voters. How do you know it's not working?
See, Rahul, when the last day of campaign is there, you give your best, right? As I think many of the panelists said that they are talking as the opposition party, you feel that these are the issues. When your supreme leader, he talks about the slogan of opposition party, it means that other issues are not working. And when you take that, open that safe and you take out photo of Adani, on other side in Telangana, you are accepting 100 crores money donation from Adani. So is that Adani different? Telangana Adani is different from Maharashtra Adani. Delhi Adani is different from Gujarat Adani. So this is the height of hypocrisy. How will people accept that? And you have the best opportunity on the last day of campaign, and you are falling in trap of opposition campaign. It means you have lost it. You are not able to have confidence on the core issues on which you are fighting elections. That's why this is a desperate move that you have to talk about a capto safe on the last day of campaign. That also on the national issue. About the industrialists with whom your leaders are putting photographs, signing apples and taking 100 crores. Why there is no reaction?
Okay, Anand Ranganathan, your take. Is this an effective political attack, or is this yet another example of Rahul Gandhi's politics being laced with hypocrisy? Images on the screen now of Revant Reddy laying out the proverbial red carpet, and Rahul Gandhi's charge being completely the opposite.
No, it's just not the hypocrisy on Adani. Rahul, look at the hypocrisy on communalism and bigotry. So this slogan, which technically is religion agnostic, ek hai to safe hai, but even if it were to say that all Hindus must unite, how is that against anybody else? But that is bigotry. But a Maulana saying that we have 14 points to support Congress and any Muslim who votes for BJP, uska hukka pani band kar denge. And the NCP candidates going and crawling under his feet so that some votes may come. That is not communal bigotry. Look at the hypocrisy out there. I mean, this shamelessness has to end. The voters can see this. And as far as inflation is concerned, I mean, you will have cheerleaders of the Congress and other people saying that, look, the inflation is skyrocketing. Have they forgotten that barely a month ago, inflation was at a 5-year low of 3.5%? Yes, there are fluctuations. Are they going to again dump the RBI report in the bin that said last year 47 million jobs were created? So if inflation was an issue, then people would have come onto the streets. The point of the matter is those are no longer issues because people are satisfied with what they're getting. That's the bottom line. Otherwise, you tell me how many jobs were created. Is there a number? You tell me what the inflation was 1 month ago. Is there a number?
Okay.
You don't believe the government figures. You don't believe anybody else's figure. You only believe your figures. I mean, come on.